Today we're doing a mock test with, tell them your name.
Joanne.
Joanne, tell them how many lessons you've had with me.
No idea.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. About 20, what's half? 25 hours. Have you driven before? Had you driven before I met you?
A couple of lessons, but a long time ago.
A couple of lessons, a long time ago. Yeah, I could see that when I first met you. Right, she's doing our very first mock test. Have you any questions before we start?
No.
Okay, you're going to be out for 30 minutes, depending on traffic. You're going to take in various traffic and road conditions. One manoeuvre, possibly the control stop. And you want that over there, don't you?
In the middle, yes, please.
And you will be driving independent by way of sat-nav sign. So we're going to do sat-nav today. One question before we start. How would you check your brakes or weren't before starting the journey?
When you're taking off, test them and make sure they're not pulling to one side and slack or spongy.
Good. Right, throughout the drive, I like to follow the road ahead at all times unless you're directed by signs or markings. I'll ask you to turn, which I will do some good time. Okay?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do your beer park straight away. Now, you know which one you're going to do, don't you?
Third from the end.
Right, have you any questions?
No.
Go on and get it done. Try to work this sat-nav out.
If I can have the sat-nav in the middle, that would be good.
Yeah.
You will arrive at your destination at 12:01 p.m. You will arrive at your destination at 11:55 a.m.
Are you happy with that?
Slightly tight.
Is it in the white? Is it in between the white lines?
Just.
Are you sure? Because if I get out and it's over that white line,
I think it's like just under.
I'm going to give you a serious full. Right, drive on when you're ready. Serious fault number 1, Joanne. Joanne, when you pull up alongside the bay, you've got to check your mirror. There was a learner driver behind you, but you were going really slow and the learner was really going really slow. So you get away with that. But I would have signalled to pull alongside this parking bay. Had there been nobody there, and I would have bothered giving an indicator. But you've got to be careful because they do this manoeuvre out on route now, so you could do it in a busy car park. So if there's somebody following, you'd need to indicate to pull up alongside the bay. I'm not going to mark it because of because it was going really slow and you were really slow. I think the learners knew what you were going to do and they were waiting for you. Now you've recorded a serious fault. Now remember, the driving examiner's trying to help you here. If he says you were happy with that, then he's telling you there's something wrong with that. Now, if he's not 100% sure, he will get out of the car and walk round and see if it's over the white lines. Now, when I went round, it was over the white lines. So the examiner will give you a serious fault. Now, I don't understand this because you'd just done a beer park next to the blue car and you went in lovely. And also before, when you've messed it up, you've just gone forwards and come backwards. You shunted forwards and backwards. I mean, I reversed it with beer the other day. I was over the white lines. I just shunted it forwards and backwards. That's all you're expected to do. And if you turn right out of here. Remember, turn and left, and then the sat nav should kick in. At the end of the road, turn right.
Turn right, St. John's Road.
Can you pull up in a convenient place on the left? Shortly we're going to carry out the control stop. I'm going to raise my right hand and shout stop. I want you to stop the car quickly and under control as if a small child is right in front of you. Understand that?
Yep.
Now, please try not to preempt the signal. I may look round beforehand. So I'm just going to say stop. When you're ready, drive on when you're ready. Minor fault number one, Joanne. Joanne, this is the sole reason I do not tell pupils to look over the left shoulder before moving off from the side of the road. I've never ever taught you to do this. Now, when pupils look over both shoulders, they forget the right hand shoulder check. Now, this is the one you'll get marked for on your driving test. Now, for some strange reason, you've looked over your left shoulder, used all the mirrors, but you've not looked over your right shoulder. Personally, me, if I was on my test, when I'm asked to pull up, I put my handbrake on neutral, cancel signal. When he says drive on when you're ready, I just sit looking at all my mirrors, and then when I see the gap, the blind spot, right blind spot check, and then I'm on handbrake off and I'm away. Stop. Thank you. Drive on when you're ready. Minor fault number two, Joanne goes down for promptness. Again, you're normally really good at this manoeuvre, this control stop. And what happens is your clutch goes down first and then you brake, and just as you stop, you lift the brake slightly. So I felt you could have stopped a lot quicker. It's a pass, so well done. You got the blind spots in, bud. You got a minor fault for promptness.
little bit.
Can you pull up really close to the next park car, but leave enough room to move off? That'll do. And then you drive on when you're ready. Minor fault number 3, Joanne, you've not looked over your right shoulder again. If you do this one more time, it now becomes an habitual fault, which becomes a serious fault. Can you show me how you demist the back window? Can you pull up a convenient place on the left? Thank you. Drive on when you're ready. Serious fault number 2 for you, Joanne. Joanne, you looked over your shoulder, but you should have looked again. It was a good 15 seconds before we actually moved off from looking over your shoulder. So my advice to you is, when you're sitting here like this, just keep looking in your mirrors. When you see the gap, just as the car is about to pass you, check your right shoulder and then move off.
After 300 yards, turn left, A167, Newcastle Road. Turn left.
Serious faults number 3 and number 4 for you, Joanne. Joanne, you frightened the life out of me here. There was a car coming from your right very quickly and you approaching this junction very quickly. You had give way lines and a give way sign and a give way triangle. Just put it down as having a moment, because I nearly had a moment. So this would be classed as a dangerous fault because you actually would have crashed the car if I'd let you go. So I've took physical action. The exam would mark this down on the DL25. Then I've had to ask you to exit the junction because there was a car waiting behind. So you've got a serious fault for dangerous fault for observations, and this next serious fault was for undue hesitation It was clear to go, and we just sat there, and in the end I had to tell you to emerge out of the junction because there was a car waiting behind.
Oh,
There's a car. Just pull in the first.
I thought I could have got that one.
Keep your clutch down. Just apply your parking brake. Just apply your parking brake. That's it, right? Start again.
No. Go now. Go now. I can't see it now.
There's nothing there.
After 400 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the 4th exit, A691, Southfield Way. Go right on the roundabout and take the 4th exit.
Minor fault number 4, Joanne, you should be indicating on approach to the roundabout. You don't actually put the signal back on until you're on the roundabout, so it goes down as timing of the signal.
Take the exit, A691, Southfield Way. After 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the 3rd exit, Durham Road.
You need the right lane for this one.
Yeah.
Cross the roundabout and take the 3rd exit, Durham Road.
Minor faults number 5 and 6, Joanne. The first one is on approach roundabout, you signal right. You tell everybody you turn right at the roundabout, yet you're going straight ahead. And the next minor fault is you go straight ahead at the roundabout 3rd exit. You shouldn't move over to leave the roundabout till you've passed the second one. You start to drift over to the left lane a little bit too early before the second one. So you should have just kept the right until you passed the second exit, check that left dormer and get that signal on, it's safe to do so. I'll direct you back from here.
Signal back up.
Can you pull up in a convenient place on the left? Minor fault number 7, Joanne. When you ask to pull up on the left, you put the signal on far too early. You've got this junction to the left. If you've got a car behind, don't think you're turning in, they could overtake. So you need to look for the timing of the signal when pulling up on the left hand side of the road. Thank you. Drive on when you feel ready. Minor fault number 8, Joanne, you pull up opposite this bus stop on the right hand side. It's a quite a narrow road, this one, so I would have just drove past the 2 bus stops and then pull up on the left. Had it been a wide road, I don't think you'd get marked for it, but because it's really narrow, then you're going to be looking at a minor fault. Joanne, you forget to look over your shoulder again, but I've not marked it because I've already recorded this as a serious fault, so I've given up on the blind spot checks. Moving off safely.
Should I overtake or stop behind? What do you reckon?
Just do what you do with the instructor.
There's some cars coming, so I wouldn't know anyway. Yeah, I'm on a bit of a bend there.
Minor fault number 9, Joanne. If you got a lot closer to this truck there, you could have overtook it easy. I bet if you'd been in the car with the better half, he would have overtook this straight away and not messed about. Now, you steered too far back, and I think I'm being very kind of you, just giving you a minor fault for this, but on your driving test, if you've got a tractor on a fast-moving road and it's not going very fast, if and when it's safe to do so, you are expected to overtake it. Roundabout, turn right, it's the second exit. Turn right, it's the 4th exit. Serious fault number 5, Joanne. Dear me. Yeah, Joanne, you left it in second gear at the roundabout. When you realise you couldn't go, you should just roll that into first gear. Clutch comes up really quick without any gas on. Then there's only one result here, it's a stall. But you do stall twice in the middle of the roundabout, so it goes down as a serious fault for control.
Why is it not? Oh, my fault. Oh, well, that's cocked that one up, Ken. Drive it forward into the bay of your choice. You normally go in there on the Tesla, just swing it in wide. I'll do one of these ones out of the way.
Bet you're hot, are you? Right,
Didn't realise it was as warm.
what do you think you've done?
Feel
What will we feel for?
that roundabout.
Anything else?
Yeah, the that stops at the Neville's Cross.
Anything else?
Parallel parking possibly.
The beer parking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me nemesis.
So we've got 5 series faults here. Right. Beer park. What did you not? It was over the white lines.
I know I got all flummoxed because I thought I was going to be doing me like from a B in front, and the yellow line just put us off. My concentration just went.
Right. So.
Bear in mind I had just done it perfect. That was
I know.
annoying.
Just done a perfect
I
beer
know.
park. From this, so when you came up here, the lights to your right were on red. So where does the danger come from?
The other lane coming.
It's coming from the
yeah.
right, isn't it?
Mhm.
So when
The
you come here,
oncoming.
these lights was on red,
Yeah,
and the traffic was coming from your right. So what should you've done?
give way to the right.
And then the car was there, you know.
Mm.
Now if them lights is on green, where does the danger come from?
Probably.
Yay, the oncoming traffic turn
Mhm.
right. So when you go up there, you've got to decide what colour these lights on, and then
Yeah.
decide where to go or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a serious fault for pulling up and trying to kill us, both of us.
It wasn't that bad, kid.
There's a rabbit. Wait you see it on video. And then
GDPR.
Hmm?
I
Then-
rescind me.
then what happened was when you look to the right, so that was you where the buses look.
Yeah,
There's 2 sets of lights now. There's one for going straight ahead, which they were doing,
yeah.
and then when you stopped, they were turning right, so nothing could come straight ahead. So what should you've done?
That's when I should have went.
What did you do?
Wait.
And I had to tell you to go, and there was a car behind. So you got done for hesitation, stalled on the roundabout. Do you know what it is?
That one was annoying as well because that one was my error. Like, that one was a slip. That one was annoying because I've never done that. Ever. Have I?
Do you know what it is? I'm sitting behind. There's a BMW drive behind us. I'm thinking, oh, please, I hope you're watching. Because I'm sitting watching you in second gear. There's no way you're pulling out the bank in second gear. I'm thinking, I hope he's paying attention because I was just frank as get rear-ended. But then, when you stalled, you might have gotten away with it. What should you have done? You panicked. You should have just made sure it was in first, and then just get going. And the other serious fault, blind spots. You're not looking over your shoulder. The first 2 times you missed it, I think you realised after that, and you did check them after that. But there's a couple of times where you've gone,
Mm.
and then we sat for about a good while, and then what should you do again before you move off?
Check.
Check again. So this is all you have to do, look. Just,
Yeah.
When you see a gap, say, right, just when you pull up, when she's driving on the road, just say, look in your mirrors. When you see a gap, blind spot, and go. Not
Yeah.
pull up on the left and then go. And then just sit and wait for about 10 or 15 seconds, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, have you any questions before I turn that
No.
on? You sure?
Yeah.
Go on then, off you go. If Lee comes along my house and threatens me, I'm blaming you, yeah? Oh, what happened at the roundabout?
That's never happened before, ever. Actually,
Hmm?
has it? Never happened before.
Can you get home from here?